Reaction in the tri-state to possibly overturning a woman's right to choose, no surprise, has been fast and powerful. An electorate that has been fairly quiet about the midterm elections in our area suddenly may not be quiet at all anymore. A rally right now to protect a woman's right to choose and against overturning Roe v. Wade is happening in Foley Square. Eyewitness News reporter N.J Burkett live at the scene, and he continues our coverage. Newt.
That's right, Bill. Foley Square, Lower Manhattan, in the shadow of the U.S. federal courthouse here, where, as you said, a huge rally is just now getting underway. You get a sense of the scope of this building rally now from high above Foley Square in Newscopter 7. This is a rally, Bill, that was essentially planned overnight, a rally that is now expected to draw hundreds, if not thousands, of people to Lower Manhattan. Yeah, well, not all of them women, Bill. It's a testament to just how shocked and how outraged many people really are, worried about the future of women's reproductive rights and the overall direction of the U.S. Supreme Court. At City Hall, activists joined with women in city government to condemn the draft opinion and to chart a path forward. The focal point for the protest has, of course, been the High Court itself in D.C., where the opinion was first drafted and circulated and then ultimately leaked to Politico. Abortion rights are guaranteed here in New York under state law, but there is concern for women elsewhere in mostly conservative states. And there is also concern about the broader implications of the draft opinion.
It is dangerous, it is unconscionable, and it should be unthinkable in this nation, in this day, and yet here we are.
We're not going to back down, and we're here to stay to make sure that healthcare is a priority, and abortion is healthcare.
So just use this as a rallying cry, basically, right?
Yes. Today was a rally cry to make sure women and families in New York State know that we have their back.
And back now, the live picture here in Foley Square. The crowd is growing by the minute. The rally was set to begin at 5 o'clock. Among the listed speakers, New York State Attorney General Letitia James. We're going to continue to follow developments here in Foley Square. Much more for you on Eyewitness News tonight at 6 o'clock. We're live in Lower Manhattan. N.J Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
N.J., thank you. If Roe v. Wade were overturned, abortion would not automatically become illegal everywhere in the U.S. Take a look at this map. The states in red and orange could immediately or quickly ban a woman's right to choose. The states in blue have already enacted their women's rights laws, and the right to abortion would be protected. That includes New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, which would expand access. Stacey Sager is live outside Planned Parenthood in Hempstead with that part of our coverage. Stacey?
Well, Sade, nothing would change here in the tri-state area for women seeking abortions right now, except maybe more women could come in from out of state seeking abortions. They would be welcomed here with open arms. Those were the words from New York's governor today, and what followed were even stronger words.
The protesters weren't the only ones galvanized by today's news. The politicians immediately weighing in. Governors from the tri-state area, 3 Democrats vowing to uphold state laws already designed to protect women who need reproductive health care, including abortions. In New York today,
we're not playing defense. We're playing offense. And my message to those who will deny this fundamental right, basic right, you don't want to mess with us. You don't want to mess with the state of New York. And I assure you, this is a fight that you will not win.
In New Jersey, where the Reproductive Freedom Act was introduced as state law right after President Trump appointed Amy Coney Barrett to replace Justice Ginsburg.
It was as clear then as it is now that this court, stacked with Trump appointees, could not be trusted. If the court indeed does take this awful step, this decision will have no impact on New Jersey state law.
And in Connecticut, where state lawmakers passed reproductive rights legislation only 4 days ago, Governor Lamont now vowing to sign it and to extend protection to women from out of state.
I want to be very careful that people know they can do it safely here. People know that if they come to Connecticut, they can have a procedure safely here.
Statistics from the CDC also painting a clearer picture now of who's getting abortions and when. Nearly all of them, close to 93%, are performed in the first trimester. More than half of them are women in their 20s, And there is a racial disparity. Black women are more than 3 times as likely to have abortions as white women.
Yeah, and the CDC says the factors contributing to that racial disparity are very complex. Unequal access to health care and family planning in certain communities, economic disadvantages, and just a very complex system of problems that would have to be resolved in order to settle that. We are live outside